How did we meet, honey?
How did we meet? We met. Yeah, I'm just thinking of something good to say.
Okay.
Rather than just be like, you know, the average story, we met here, doing this, doing that, you know.
Ooh.
Instead, I feel like we met by a sequence of events that you could only really call destiny.
That's true.
Like, we met in California. I very nearly didn't come to California. I think there was only some things that happened in the UK that convinced me to, or pushed me to come to California, you know. We met in a certain place in California only because of a certain, you know, certain scenarios happened in order for us to meet. So it's almost like a long chain of events caused us to meet.
Yeah.
Which I would probably call destiny.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think?
I think so, honey.
So it was destined to happen.
I also very much would like to ask you to highlight what you thought when you first met me.
When I very first met you,
Yeah.
I was just obviously taken back by your divine beauty.
Thanks.
And I felt something you could only describe as like, you know, like a soul calling, you know, like an urge and a call. So, I mean, I think maybe the first time I met you, first or second time I met you, I then went back to Jake and told him that would be my wife, you know, she would be my wife. Of course you didn't know anything about it, but I felt that, definitely.
It's already.
Next question.
Okay. Why did Sam choose exactly you?
I think I'll go vague and then I'll go direct.
Okay.
Vaguely, I think we all choose partners that have qualities that we lack in, you know? It's almost like when you meet the good couple, they're yin and yang, two sides of the coin. My strengths would be your weaknesses. Your weaknesses will be my strengths.
That's exactly how it is.
So going back to the question, I think we chose each other because we match each other perfectly. Although it's difficult sometimes to be yin and yang, it's also beneficial. There was one question about, what was it? Disagreement. I like that one too.
Okay, honey, before the disagreement ones, may I just wonder?
Mm-hmm.
So, what was this question you just answered? What do you like? Yeah. So, what are your favorite qualities in me then? What do you actually like in me?
Your ambition.
You like that?
Absolutely.
You like it, honey?
I don't know a single person as ambitious as you are.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Your genius.
Oh, honey,
You know,
thank you.
your individuality.
Oh, honey. I'm gonna cry the whole thing.
Your uniqueness. I think they're qualities that not a single person has.
Oh, really? That's what you think?
I think so.
And what do you think my genius is then?
You're a genius.
Yeah.
You're a visionary, like no other, you know? You're like born for the new age of people. The visionary of what people can not yet see or have forgotten to see, you know? It's like you have the ability to see not only the best in someone, but to see how that best can be used, you know, for their greatness. For their... Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I agree. I just didn't know that you think this as well, especially in these words.
Obviously.
Thanks, honey.
That's okay.
Okay. So yeah, next one would be
You read what you want.
yeah?
Yeah.
No, maybe the ones that but maybe you want to ask me something as well, you know?
Yeah, I can't read Russian yet.
But the same questions that basically I questioned you, if you want to hear them, I can answer them as well, because they were asked both ways anyways.
Some of them, I think.
Yeah.
Most of them I think most of them are your listeners, your viewers, wanted to know a little bit more about you.
Sammy, I
That's it.
really don't think so. They heard so much about me, and the reason why they're asking questions is because they want to know more about you.
There's one question, was it say, what does Nadia really like?
Oh yeah, it says, yeah,
Is it dangerous
says,
questions?
they're in Russian, but anyways. What is Nadya like in life
Mm-hmm.
and relationships?
Relationships.
Cut the code, honey, tell the truth.
I'm just trying to formulate it before I say it, because
Okay.
it's hard, because I don't know what you're like in your business life. You know, does it differ that much? I doubt it. You know, all the qualities that you show within business are probably the same things you show within a relationship, isn't it? But I think more importantly, the best quality that we both have is that we're willing to work on it, you know? Work on all our disagreements for betterment. For betterment of our relationship. So, as a person, I think you hold the same qualities within business as you do within relationships. You value them very highly, you know? Let's talk about, I'm your husband, and also you're married to your work too. You know? You probably treat us very similar, you know? Value us, you keep us, you know? You work hard to establish relationships in both.
Yeah.
Same with your clients and your children.
But I guess what they're asking is like, what am I like in relationships? Like something that they don't see, you know? Something that only you can say.
That is fierce. She's fierce. She's a fierce woman. It's not always a bad thing, but she is very fierce.
Fierce.
She's a force to be reckoned with, for sure.
Sorry?
You're a force to be reckoned with.
Honey, you speak about me like a song. I like all of these things you say. Yeah. What is the hardest thing for you, like over me in a relationship?
Our perspectives are very different, aren't they? On a
That
lot
was
of
actually
things.
one of the questions.
Yeah. What was it? What you just said?
Yeah, one of the questions is like, where do your perspectives differ, basically?
They differ everywhere, but it's not a bad thing. Imagine being surrounded by people who have the same point of view as you. It's like you only look at something in one way. I think disagreements and different perspectives allow you to see much more, you know? See something from a different perspective. And like I said, disagreements come to betterments, you know? You disagree about something, you don't have to disagree and argue, or disagree and, you know, you can disagree in a way that it improves both of you, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's important. We do have different perspectives in a lot of things, and I think it's important that we do so.
Yeah. But then, you know, like for someone else, I guess the reason why people are asking and why they're curious is when people have really different perspectives, sometimes they shouldn't be together.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think is that missing big part that is unsaid that keeps us together, and we know that we have to be together, we're supposed to be together, you know, even though we have different perspectives?
Because we have compassion and understanding, you know? People don't have that. So how long does it take people to reach a level of compassion, you know, to actually, or understanding? So yes, we can have different perspectives, but it doesn't matter that we have different perspectives if we have understanding and compassion. You can value someone else's perspective, can't you?
I also think something else.
Yes, come on.
I think, yes, we do have a very different perspective on things,
Yeah.
but that's in the close-up view. If we take like the view of a lifetime,
Yeah.
like the vision of a lifetime, philosophy of a life.
Our philosophy is similar.
That's where we match.
That's where we
match, and this is where we matched when we very first met.
Yeah.
You know, over the philosophy
Through
of
philosophy
life.
of life, yeah, for sure.
And then obviously you stand basically like in that story when the philosopher's in a dark room, they are studying an elephant. One is standing by the foot and touching it without seeing it and explaining, oh, elephant is a fucking thing, like that. It's like that big, it's that texture, it's that thing. And the other one is touching the belly and says, no, elephant is this. And the other one is saying this. So the point is that, exactly, we both study the elephant.
Yeah.
Even though we're at the same, at different
Even
parts.
We're at different parts, different perspectives.
And it might feel like it's like a hard thing, but actually, in the lifetime sort of perspective, it's a very good thing because you learn basically more through life, I guess, about life through me and vice versa.
Yeah. Peace up.
The two.
Yeah, we always find best.
Oh my god.
They say summer's coming in the UK when the geese arrive.
Really?
Because they migrate for winter to Africa and Europe and warmer places. And then they come back for summer. Warmer temperatures.
That's excellent. Okay, shall we keep going?
Please.
Okay, but shall we give one example of the things we like have different perspectives upon, or would you rather just stay here and divide?
If you have something to say, then please.
I don't know. Right now, and
let's move on then.
Huh?
Let's move on then.
Oh yeah, I do know.
She always knew.
No, I was thinking of other things. Well, do you want me to say that or not?
Please, come on.
Do you want me to say that?
Say what?
Like what we differ upon?
If you like, yeah.
No, let's just skip it.
Alright, maybe it's better.
Let's just skip it. Okay. What for your husband is the most important in your relationships?
Balance. I'm a Libra, but also balance is so important. First, need to find balance, and then find intensity. You know, once there's balance between family, work, husband, and there's balance, then it's much easier to put intensity into something once the balance is formed. But if you put intensity in something without balance, that's when things can go off course and break. Yeah. So important for me is balance. Very important in our relationship.
Yeah. Thanks, honey. And then, okay, let's take a few more. So, are you both ambitious? Is it hard to be ambitious in a couple? Like when there's both ambitious people in a couple?
Yeah, we're both ambitious, but that is definitely one of your highest qualities. So, I would say you're definitely more ambitious than I am. And when you have someone that's slightly more ambitious, it's easier for you to let them take the lead, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you sort of lead the ambition and I support it. It's like having two sailors on board a ship, but one is the captain and one is the first mate, you know? It's only in that ship that it's heading in that certain direction, you know? There's many ships in our, what's the word for it? Many ships in our dock going in many different directions, but when it comes to ambition for work and money and wealth, it's like you are more ambitious. It's you know, it's written in your stars. It's so meaningful to you. So it's easier for me to then drop back, allow you to take the lead, and for me to be the first mate and support the captain. That's the beauty of our relationship. It's like we don't tick the boxes of an average couple, you know. You should do this, you should do that, you should do this, you should do that, you know. We work to our highest qualities. I do the things I'm better in and you do the things you're better in, you know.
Yeah.
So it's good.
But I do think you are very ambitious too. I think
of course I'm ambitious.
You are very ambitious and it's only just like coming through. And once, you know, I see the Eden thing flourishing. Like say it like doesn't even matter in what time horizon, it doesn't matter. Throughout this lifetime I see like drastically flourishing. And when you feel the captain of your own ship, when you feel the grounds and everything there, oh my god, like you said, you know, sometimes you feel like you're still a little bit afraid of your own power. and all of us are, but I already see you at the point where you're not afraid of your own power anymore.
No, I see it too.
And I feel it's just like, it's just the process of it's just coming through now. And when it's there, like, I think I will have to try and run around you to book in 30 extra minutes in your schedule.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Right, that's cool. So yeah, thank you so much, honey.
That's it, yeah?
No, shall we do a few
You
more?
can do one more if you want.
Okay, one more. How to find such a man?
I'm individual.
There's just one and he's
You
already
won't
taken.
But I'm sure there is many men out there
Yeah.
that possess good qualities. High value man. Don't settle for anything less than a high value man.
Oh my god, I'm glad you're saying this, honey. You know, because it sounds good when I say it, but when a man is saying this sounds great. So obviously this question came from a woman, right?
Obviously, yeah.
And this woman is probably thinking that, well, I have to find someone already there.
No.
So I would like to speak here a little bit more into this gap that people don't see.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what do you think?
I think if she values herself very highly, then she will find a high value man that also shares the value,
Yeah.
that will value her, you know.
Yeah.
But she first has to value herself that way.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And then she'd be flourished with many high value men.
I think so too.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think, you know what I was thinking reading this question, is like, obviously we've always been like ourselves to some extent.
Mm-hmm.
But still, if to look back like 4 years ago, whenever we met, 4.5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
we were like less of a version of ourselves than we are today.
Absolutely.
So we met at like a different point in life where I was much less expressed.
Mm-hmm.
You were much less expressed than what you
Mhm.
are now. Even like with the looks, like looking at how it looks, both of us.
Yeah.
I look 100 times better now.
Me
And
too.
so do you. You look amazing now. You fix your posture. You're literally looking like a Hollywood star. That's what people tell when they look at my stories, and they think like, who is this Sam? He's a Hollywood star film movie. Yeah, movie star. And that was like a path.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a thing that, like you say, yes, you value yourself at the highest. That's the very first thing. You just have to know your own worth,
Well, your own
first of all,
Yeah.
and know the standards, and like get to the standards and get to the highest standards at the point where you are in life now.
Yeah, where you are now. And
But
go
then,
with them.
in order for that to grow like that, like we did, right?
Yeah.
Because someone would think, oh, I want a Sam who is already like that. When a woman, for example, is in an earlier stage in life, for example. So that's the gap that I want to speak into, because people, this is what they think. Oh, unless I find a Sam who is already there, it's not the right fit for me.
No.
But also, I also met a man that wasn't there. He was just a little bit here, but I still saw all of that potential. It was right there on the surface.
Yeah.
And the next thing is just to support each other's potential.
Absolutely.
That's where we focus in order for us to grow.
Yeah. To bring the best out of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
potential.
what I was kind of hoping to say.
Yeah.
Because even if you meet like a Sam like this,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're a wrong woman and you're just like constantly not seeing the potential, only seeing the bad things, right? And like pushing in there,
Mm-hmm.
you're basically creating the person yourself, right?
Yeah.
And in that way I can say that you definitely created me by supporting my potential and creating all of the all the conditions that I needed for that potential to flourish. And that's why it all did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa, isn't it? Like I always believe in you so much. I think you're literally the king of the castle, honey. Oh. Was that great?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.